College Football Live. Happy Tuesday. I'm Victoria Arlen. It is time to go out the tunnel. After another disappointing conference loss, we discuss what Florida State needs to do to bounce back and save their season.
FSU, what happened? The Seminoles were supposed to be a powerhouse this season, ranked in the top 10 and carrying the swagger of a team that nearly made the college football playoff last year. But now, just 2 weeks in, they're 0-2, and already the hype feels like a distant memory. It's a catastrophic start that has fans and analysts alike questioning if this team is done before they've even really begun. What does this mean for the rest of the season? Stick around because we're diving deep into FSU's downfall and what could be a long, painful year ahead. Let's rewind to the offseason. Florida State came in hot, riding high on the confidence of a program that felt it was on the brink of something special. The Seminoles were ranked number 10 in the preseason AP poll, and many felt they were robbed of a playoff spot last year. The program's fan base was convinced this was the year they'd finally break through and cement themselves as a national powerhouse once again. The talent on the roster, impressive. The coaching staff, experienced and ambitious. Everything seemed lined up for FSU to make a serious run, not just for the ACC championship, but for a spot in the expanded college football playoff that everyone's been talking about. But then came the first 2 games of the season, and reality hit like a freight train.
4-man rush. Castellanos finds the crosser. It's bobbled. Caught. Tripped up right at the line to gain.
Week 0 was supposed to be a warm-up, a chance to flex their muscles against a team everyone assumed was an inferior opponent. Instead, FSU struggled mightily, barely escaping with their dignity intact, losing the game 24-21, following a last-second field goal to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The offensive line was porous, the defense was shaky, and the play calling was baffling at best. The Seminoles scraped through, but the performance left everyone uneasy. Week 1, that's when the wheels truly came off. Facing another team they should have dominated, FSU didn't just struggle, they collapsed. The defense was carved up, the offense was stagnant, and the coaching staff seemed lost. The final score wasn't just a loss, it was an embarrassment. And just like that, the preseason hype was gone, replaced by panic and finger-pointing. The root of Florida State's struggles this season can be traced back to significant coaching and administrative failures. Mike Norvell, who entered the season with high expectations after a solid 2023 campaign, has been unable to deliver so far. His game planning has been unimaginative, and his in-game decision-making has come under fire. Against supposedly inferior opponents like Georgia Tech, the Seminoles looked unprepared and disjointed, which falls squarely on the coaching staff. Defensive coordinator Adam Fuller has also struggled to put together a cohesive unit. The Seminoles' defense, which was expected to be a strength, has been porous and inconsistent. The team's lack of discipline, poor tackling, and inability to generate pressure on the quarterback have been glaring issues that Fuller has yet to resolve. And with key games looming, these defensive deficiencies could spell disaster for the rest of the season. Without question, transfer quarterback DJ Uiagalelei is going to receive the bulk of the blame for Florida State's abysmal start. The former Clemson and Oregon State starter was expected to fill the shoes of Jordan Travis, who left a significant void after his departure in December. Travis was instrumental in FSU's offensive success last year, and his absence has been deeply felt. Uiagalelei, despite his potential and experience, has struggled to live up to the expectations placed on him. Uiagalelei's performance has been marred by poor decision-making and a lack of poise under pressure. Far too often, he fails to sense the blitz, leading to costly sacks and turnovers.
He brings a blitz. Uiagalelei sets up Lucas. He gets free inside the 15, sprinting inside the 10. Oh, there's the playmaker making a play.
While he has the ability to scramble, he frequently hesitates, making him a sitting duck for opposing defenses. Moreover, his accuracy issues have persisted, rendering his powerful arm ineffective in key moments. This inconsistency has stalled the Seminoles' offense, which has looked out of sync, and is unable to capitalize on opportunities. It's not just Uyangalele's fault, though. The offensive line has done little to protect him, struggling to provide a clean pocket or open up running lanes. The lack of cohesion up front has put the quarterback in difficult situations, forcing him to make hurried decisions that often lead to mistakes. The loss of a steadying force like Travis has only exacerbated these issues, leaving the offense without a clear leader to rally around. Adding to the team's woes is the suspension of offensive coordinator Alex Atkins, who was instrumental in FSU's rise last season. His absence has left a significant void in the team's offensive strategy, contributing to their disjointed play. Without Atkins' guidance on the touchline, the offense has struggled to execute, putting additional pressure on a team already grappling with other challenges. Finally, some of the blame for FSU's struggles must be placed on athletic director Michael Alford. Last season, after FSU was controversially left out of the college football playoff, Alford was vocal in his criticism of the selection committee. While his frustrations were understandable, it seems that this perceived slight has had lasting negative effects on the program. Rather than rallying the program, these issues seem to have added instability, contributing to the Seminoles' disappointing start to the season.
So much work has gone on to this through the years, and this facility's been talked about, but just arriving 2 years ago and being able to work alongside so many.
If FSU is struggling this much against teams they were supposed to beat, what happens when they face the big boys? The ACC is no cakewalk, and FSU has games against Clemson, Miami, and North Carolina looming on the horizon. But the immediate concern? A Memphis team that started the season on a high and looks more than capable of handing FSU another loss. Memphis might not be a traditional powerhouse, but they're playing with confidence and have the kind of offense that could tear FSU's struggling defense apart. If the Seminoles don't figure things out, and fast, they could easily be looking at an 0-3 start, and from there, things could spiral completely out of control. Let's face it, the dream of making the college football playoff is over. Even with the expanded 12-team format coming into play, FSU would be lucky to finish in the top 25, let alone make a playoff push. At this point, the focus needs to shift to salvaging the season and maybe, just maybe, making a respectable bowl game. But even that feels like a stretch. FSU looks broken, and without significant improvements, more losses are inevitable. The schedule doesn't get easier, and unless something changes dramatically or a miracle happens, this could be one of the most disappointing seasons in recent memory for the Seminoles. So, is FSU done? It sure looks like it. The hype has turned to despair, and the season is quickly slipping away. The next few weeks will be critical, but based on what we've seen so far, it's hard to be optimistic. Seminoles fans, it might be time to brace for a long, tough season. If you're as shocked by FSU's performance as we are, drop a comment below and let us know what you think. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing videos on college football news and analysis. Thanks for watching.